Hope whispers one day. Faith declares it's done. One delays the shift, the other becomes it. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the subtle differences between hope and faith, and why faith is where your power truly lies. Hope feels good, but is often rooted in external forces and separation. For example, I hope I get this job. There's a subtle energy there that suggests that this is outside of my control. It depends on external forces, and it'd be nice if I get the job, but it's just really out of my hands. We usually only hope for something when we don't think it's possible, or when it's not already ours. And hope can also create this imbalance in forces, right? The law of importance, as we spoke about in previous videos, where we're giving so much importance and really hoping that something happens. We're begging, energetically, we're begging the universe to please make something happen. It's outside of our control. We can't do anything, but please make it happen. And as I shared in a story before about having dinner at my friend's house, and one of the dogs begging for food and me not wanting to give him food because he kept begging, and the other dogs were well behaved, so me feeling more enticed to giving it to them. It's the same concept. If we're just sitting there hoping, and making ourselves kind of in a victim mindset, like, well, this is outside of my control, but please help me make this happen, then that imbalance of energy creates more distance between what we're looking to bring to our lives and it actually manifesting. This topic is very alive for me right now. I was having a conversation with a friend, and I was listening to their voice note. And previously, the week before, we were discussing about the things that we're going to create once we get together. And in this voice note, I noticed a slight difference in his energy and his tone. And once he said, I hope we can do this, I felt it. I felt it in my body. I felt it in his words. I felt it in his energy. There was doubt. I hope we can do this, right? There's an external force that's going to help us accomplish this. And what I was feeling, right? Like there's doubt. And once I felt that, I noticed that, I quickly responded. I'm like, you know what, brother? I have full faith that we will. Because there's an inner knowing in me that can feel it. It's already here. It's already happening. So I was speaking with him and just kind of invited him to look into the difference between hope and faith, and really energetically, what does that mean? Right? Because the way I'm feeling it right now, it feels like there's doubt right now. And I want to shift more towards faith, because if we can both get on that same vibration of knowing what we're about to create, we're going to give it a impulse of power to be able to manifest and create all these beautiful projects that we spoke about last week. So now I'm going to talk about faith. Faith is more of an embodiment. It's this inner knowing. Right? And I like to tie that with the inner master, this inner knowing that, yeah, it's already done. Have you heard of the saying, with faith, you can move mountains? There's power there, right? There's this determination, this knowing that, you know what, I don't know how, I don't know when, but I know it in my body, I know it in my being that it is going to happen. That determination can shift life around you, move mountains. Right? So when we're able to step into that place of faith and trust in Great Spirit, in ourselves, in life, that's where magic really starts to unfold. Life responds. Life starts to open up, and these new pathways present themselves. And since we're in this place of faith and knowing, we're able to perceive these paths and walk with determination in any given path, knowing that the end result will be what we're looking to create, or even something better, right? That trust is where we can cultivate that power. And this ties into the power of words and just the subtle differences that can make such a big difference. The slight change in which word I use, it affects the reality around me. And in particular, right now, I'm speaking about hope and faith, right? Because hope, I notice and I feel that it's more relying on something outside of myself, whereas faith is more of an internal embodiment. And the same goes for like little differences, for example, as saying hard versus challenge. This is hard. There's a weight to that word. It brings down baggage on me. Whereas when I present it as a challenge, it presents the opportunity for me to step up and overcome that challenge, right? So just minor tweaks can make such a big difference in how we approach life and how life responds to our thoughts and our words. Faith is rooted in identity. It's because I am aligned, I have faith that it will happen. And energetically speaking, we feel as if we already have it. And that imprint in our energy starts to affect the reality around us. It's almost like a wavelength. I like to see it as tuning a radio station, right? We go to a certain FM station and it brings in a specific radio station that plays specific types of music. And the same, I visualize it the same with reality. As we tune ourselves to specific frequency and vibration, since everything is vibration, and we sustain that long enough, we start to bring that reality towards us, right? So this is an active part of creation, and why faith helps us to be able to cultivate and empower that ability to create on such a higher level. More than anything, because we're aligning ourselves energetically to that existence, to that reality that already exists, right? It's already in the field, and we're just propping ourselves to that vibration to bring it towards us. I really like to drive this point home with a story. One day in a village, a young apprentice approached an elder and asked, "How can I trust something is happening even when I can't see anything?" The elder smiled and handed him a seed. He told him, "Bury this beneath the earth. For weeks, you'll see nothing. You'll even think it's dead. But if you keep watering it and keep the soil warm and protect it from harm, within weeks, you'll see it break past the surface." The same goes for faith. It's trusting that life is happening beneath the surface when you're working in the dark and knowing that everything will unfold in due time. Faith isn't loud or flashy. It's the calm, grounded knowing that the seed is growing, even when your eyes are telling you that nothing is there. Now I'd like to talk a little bit about why hope blocks transformation. Hope keeps us stuck in a separation energy. Energetically, we're saying, I don't know if I can have this. It'd be nice if I could, but I don't know if I can. And this alone weakens manifestation because we're unsure, right? Our energy is not direct. It's not pointing in a given direction saying that this is what I'm creating. It's like, I don't know. It could happen. It could not. It'd be nice if it did. I really hope it does, but I don't know. And again, just kind of speaking about life in general, when our energy isn't direct, we're not being clear with the universe. I can walk 1,000 steps in one direction and get somewhere, or I could take 1,000 steps in 1,000 different directions and go nowhere, right? So it's important to be clear with our energy. And when we align with this concept of hope, feel it in your body, right? Just feel it when you say it. There is something external about it. There is a sense of doubt, and we're not being firm in what we're looking to accomplish. We're allowing it to kind of, maybe if it happens, the universe can send it our way. So it's not being clear with what we're asking. Faith puts us in alignment with that future, that it's already real, that it already exists. And that declaration, that affirmation, it shifts reality around us. I invite you to really sit with this and play with it, right? In your life, when you say that you hope you can get this, or that you hope that this happens, feel it. Feel it in your body. Feel what it feels like. Is there an absolute determination when you say, I hope this happens, that this is what I want? And then I want you to, on the other side of that, when you have faith that something's going to happen, feel that too. And start to notice the differences in both of these sensations, both of these words. They exist within the same realm, I would say, yet the subtle differences are very immensely powerful in the process of creation. So give it a try. Start to notice when you say that you hope something, feel it, and start to notice the difference when you have faith in something. And this alone will be sharing all the telltale signs with yourself and what feels right. So now I'd like to share a few different ways on how to shift from hope to faith. And lo and behold, a lot of it goes with feeling. So we can use the word hope as a trigger. When something comes up and we say, oh, I hope it happens. Let's take a pause. Let's take some deep breaths. Let's get still and let's get present, right? And in that, it's just going to be a little bit of a reframe, but instead of saying I hope, let's start to connect with the version of ourselves that already has that, right? So For example, I want to buy a house. I hope I can have a house. Let's take a breath. Let's sit with that. Now, let's feel, okay, well, how does that version of myself that has a house feel? They feel at peace. Start to feel like the house too, right? Oh man, right? Now I'm starting to get a little bit excited about the space, what type of things I want to have in there, the flow of it. Where is it? And then I start to connect. Okay, well, I want a cabin. I want a cabin out in Oaxaca. I want it in the mountains. I want to have access to hikes. Okay, how does that version of myself feel? Calm, happy, peaceful, proud. And as I continue to feel it, like it's already here, like it's already existing, then naturally I start to raise my vibration to that. I start to embody those characteristics of the version of myself that already exists in that reality. And as I start to feel it, it becomes more tangible. It feels more real. And the longer I sustain that, then life starts to respond. It's like, okay, there's a little bit of traction here. Let's start to present the breadcrumbs to help him get to that end game. So using hope can be something that can help us start to cultivate the faith, right? Using that trigger. I hope this happens. Well, okay, hold on, let's take a little break. Let's shift. How does it feel to have that, right? That starts to embody it. It starts to make it real. It starts to bring it to this physical reality. And the interesting thing is that the body can't tell the difference between thoughts and actual physical sensations, right? Athletes go through this process of visualization, and as they visualize, the muscles respond to the visualization. So it's like the same thing, right? So as we visualize and feel this reality, our current existence starts to see it as here, right? It can't tell the difference. So as we continue to vibrate that, life and the universe starts to give us what we need to achieve that. And this is the space where real power and flow start to cultivate. So this is how to understand the subtle differences of being the leaf being blown across by the wind, or choosing to be the force behind the wind. And for those of you who are interested in working one-on-one with me, I have a Calendly link in the description below as well to book a 15-minute call. We can discuss these different principles and learn how to truly apply them into your life to help you step into your power as a creator. And if you resonate with this video, please like and subscribe, and also share with anyone who you think would benefit from this type of information. Until next time, family, hausch hausch.